The Sonos Roam 2 or the Sonos Move 2. Both of Sonos's Bluetooth portable speakers have entered their second generations, but which one's right for you? Let's find out. Hey guys, Louis and Elle here from Smart Home Sounds, and if you're a fan of the channel, then you'll know that we're pretty big on our portable speakers here at SHS.
Yeah, and with Sonos refreshing both of their portable options, the question we keep hearing is, which one should you actually go for?
Well, the funny thing is, we've actually both bought differently on this occasion because although both of these offer Bluetooth connectivity and can integrate seamlessly with your wider Sonos system over Wi-Fi, as you can probably tell by their designs and price points, both of them have different ideal use cases and different pros and cons.
Yeah, so with that in mind, this might be a bit different to our usual comparisons, but we're going to break down the differences, highlight the strengths of each, and take you through our thought process to help you figure out which one is the ideal fit for you.
So, without further ado, should we get into it?
Sounds good.
So, should we kick off with the Roam 2 then, Al?
Yeah, well, this is Sonos' smallest speaker in their lineup. Coming in with an RRP of £179, this one takes a very classic portable speaker approach. It's ultra compact, offers great mono sound that can be taken practically anywhere. It looks similar to the original version with that triangular prism-like shape, but they've made some slight tweaks to the overall design, introducing separate power and Bluetooth buttons to offer a more tactile and ergonomic user experience, which is a huge benefit over the previous iteration, in my opinion. Other than that though, it's everything you'd want from a portable speaker.
Yeah, I mean, it's a similar size to something like the JBL Flip 6, which in my opinion is the absolute perfect size if you're traveling, and it's super easy to chuck into a rucksack and totally forget about if you're on the move for a long period of time.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the Move 2, on the other hand, is what we call a heavy-duty portable speaker, right? And we see this as a hybrid option between a powerful home speaker and something that can also be taken from room to room and into the garden now and again. It sits above the Sonos Era 100 within the Sonos lineup, but as the bigger brother of the two portables, naturally it's going to cost you more with an RRP of £449. Now, the most noticeable difference between the two is in their size and shape. So, as you can see, the Move 2 is by far the larger of the pair, weighing 3 kilos in comparison to the Roam's 0.43 kilos. Don't get me wrong, it's still ideal for moving around the house or out into the garden, and that recessed handle on the back does make it super easy for one-handed carrying.
Yeah, but it's not the sort of thing you'd be chucking in a rucksack, is it?
No, you are right, but that's what I mean by saying that they've got very different use cases.
Both Move 2 and Roam 2 come with Sonos' new refreshed monochromatic design and are available in classic black and white. Plus, Sonos also offers some exclusive color options for each speaker. So we've got olive green for the Move 2 and olive, sunset and wave for the Roam. If we're talking durability, this is where I'd say the Roam steps up though. Although the Move 2 is IP56 rated and safe against splashes of water and dust, the Roam 2 offers an IP67 rating, making it dust tight and capable of being submerged in 1 metre of water for up to 30 minutes.
Now true, the Roam has got that in the locker, but there's no denying that both of these are built to be tough, right? They're rugged enough to handle most knocks and drops that come with everyday use, and it's only because of the added weight and I guess sheer physics alone that I'd probably be less inclined to go chucking the Move around too recklessly.
I get you. I just think if you're like me and you like to take the speaker into the shower, to the beach, or on a rainy hike, this is just going to be the better option.
Yeah, but come on. I mean, the Move isn't designed for that. And while it's not totally waterproof, its IP56 rating does protect it against dust and strong water jets. So a surprise UK downpour during a barbecue really won't faze it.
Yeah, I suppose it just depends on what you're after, really, doesn't it?
Yeah. In terms of added functionality, as I mentioned earlier, both offer Wi-Fi streaming support with access to Sonos' multi-room network via the Sonos app and Bluetooth 5.0 and 5.2 connectivity respectively, as well as the brand's Auto True Play functionality. And in terms of battery, the Move 2 has a 24-hour battery life, which is a big improvement over the 10 to 11 hours of the original Move, which is perfect for those summery evening indoor-outdoor listening sessions and those long weekends spent sitting in the garden.
In comparison, the Roam 2 does offer less with 10 hours, which is the same as its predecessor, but that was plenty enough for me. And when the time does come to need to recharge, the Roam takes about 2 hours to get back to 100%, while the Move needs around 3 hours on its charging dock. So it's actually a little quicker in that department.
Yeah, now both speakers can be used standalone or in a stereo pair, but remember you do need two of the same speaker. And both can also be controlled using your voice, but there's still no Google Assistant support in either of these, which is something to bear in mind. I think the Move 2 probably pulls ahead in terms of convenience though. It includes a charging base in the box, saving you the extra cost of buying one separately, like you have to do with the Roam 2, and it goes even further with its power bank functionality. So you can charge your other devices while you're listening to, which from experience is super handy.
Agree. The only thing I would say though is just like the Gen 1 Roam, the Move 2 actually needs to be set up on Wi-Fi before it will work as a Bluetooth speaker, whereas the new Roam now forgoes that completely and can be used fresh out of the box via Bluetooth, which is a big plus in my book. Right then, on to sound performance, and to be honest, I think I'm going to have to swallow my pride here, because to be fair, there's no real contest.
Yeah, the Move 2 is of course the much bigger and better sounding unit of the two. Its larger size and stereo configuration with dual angled tweeters and dedicated woofer all helps to deliver a much more room filling and immersive audio experience overall. It's got a wider soundstage, cleaner vocals, and a richer mid-bass than its predecessor, and it definitely outperforms the Roam 2 if we're talking about sheer scale of sound.
Fair enough, but the Roam 2 definitely isn't a slouch in the audio department. While it's not a match for the Move 2, it was never meant to be. And you've got to think, if you're really looking to take the sound to the next level, you could always opt for two Roams, which actually still comes in cheaper than the Move and offers you some added versatility.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I wouldn't say that their sound signatures are hugely different. They both excel in similar areas, but if I was solely looking to fill a large open plan living space or garden, then the Move 2 would be my go-to pick. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Al, but the Roam 2 didn't actually receive a sound performance upgrade over its predecessor.
How did I know you were going to say this? No, it's same sound signature, and while it would have been nice to get a little upgrade on the previous iteration, having spent plenty of time with both this one and the original, I'm not sure it actually needed it. Audio was never the issue with the first Roam. The biggest issue was that multi-function button on the back. So now they've addressed that with this new version, sound-wise, the Roam 2 is actually pretty solid. It's got the clear, balanced profile that's perfect for chilling out at home or taking outside, and it's got plenty enough volume for most people's everyday listening needs.
Anyway, we'll let you guys have a quick listen so you can make the decision for yourselves. But remember that what you hear over YouTube isn't the same as what we're hearing right here in the studio, but hopefully it should give you a good idea of how the Roam 2 and Move 2 compare, so you can find out which might be a better fit for you.
She's a little bit crazy on the weekends, dancing in her dress, and I love the way she looks in my eyes. And I'm feeling like midnight's getting closer, and I just wanna hold her in my arms.
So hopefully you enjoyed that one, guys, but what's the final verdict then? Well, I think for myself and Al, if you're picking between these two, then we're both agreed that this all comes down to your ideal use case and of course, your budget.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're someone like me who's constantly on the go, loves traveling, and always looking to bring top quality audio with you, the Roam 2 will tick a lot of boxes. It's super easy to fit into luggage or a backpack, nice and lightweight, and more rugged. Plus, it's also not quite as pricey, so it's a nice way to get into the Sonos ecosystem without actually breaking the bank too much. Because, I mean, come on, what are you actually getting for the extra £270?
Well, look, although I agree, the Roam 2 is great for everything that you've just mentioned, but other than a bathroom speaker, it's really not going to outperform the Move in any room. Now, yes, it is a considerable step up in cost, which is always something to consider, but I'd say that it does sound around about 2.5 times better than the Roam. And when you factor in some of the added functionality too, well, I personally think it's hard to argue with. Obviously, if you're looking for an out-and-out portable, then no, I wouldn't be recommending this one. But if you're looking to have something more similar to a traditional smart speaker that offers some extra flexibility and isn't tied down to a mains power supply, then I think this is going to be your best bet.
Okay, I'll give you that one. But anyway, there you have it. Both speakers are fantastic in their own right, and really it comes down to your lifestyle and your priorities. Hopefully you enjoyed this one though, guys. We'll catch you in the next one.